Flashlights, flashlights, flashlights. Have you ever done a search for flashlights on Amazon or just on a general web search? Are you trying to decide what flashlight is the right one for you to carry in your everyday carry pack? Well, it's confusing, but today we're going to go over some. So stick around and let's get to it and go over some different flashlights that could be right for you. The subject of flashlights can be somewhat controversial. Everybody in the everyday carry community has an opinion about everyday carry flashlights. And if you go and you read the internet, there's thousands of opinions out there about what's the right one. Well, the reality is the right one is the one that fits your lifestyle and your needs the best. But I'm going to go over a couple. This one right here is probably not going to be your everyday carry, and we'll stay away from the big ones because we're not going to look at those. We're going to look at the smaller ones that fit in your pocket and you can carry with you at all times, because the flashlight that you have is the one that's going to work. And if you don't have one with you, you're going to need one and it's not going to be with you, right? So let's look at what we can carry on our person that's going to be there in a time of need. So let's get into it. For me, flashlights are important not just at night, but during the day. If I'm doing work on an engine, or if I'm underneath the dash on a car, or if I'm underneath the crawl space of a house trying to see things, I need a flashlight. Sometimes there's enough light that you think you have it, but then you get to the situation where you're working on something and you need a light. So that's why for me, it's important to have a small light that I can carry on my person. So for me, the choice has been the Rovivon A3, and this is a really nice light because it's small and compact. It has 650 lumens on its turbo mode. I like it a lot. It does a great job. It's very small. I carry it on my keychain, and it has several different modes. The only drawback for me is I'm trying to get everything to a similar charger, and with the European Union now saying that Apple has to use USB-C going forward, starting in 2024, I think a lot of devices are going to start using the USB-C standard. Rovivon, on their new flashlights, has started migrating to USB-C. I have a link down in the comments to get to Rovivon's website. They have a myriad of different lights. They're a great flashlight company. I like the all-metal ones for me personally. There's an A8 that has some strobes on the side and a white light on the side, so if you put it on a brim of your hat, you have a white light that's going down as well as the flashlight on the front. And the 650 lumens is kind of hard to beat in this small of a package. You can go with a flashlight like this. If you're on a budget, this is a $1.99 flashlight from Walmart. But for me, it's a little thick. You know, it's just a little bit too big to put in my pocket. I used to carry Olight. Olight makes some fantastic economical lights. I've got two here that I want to show you. I've used this one. This is the S1R Baton 2. I love it. It's got a good brightness. It's got several different settings. It's got the pocket clip. I almost always want a flashlight with a pocket clip just because I can attach it to my hat, my backpack strap, in multiple places to point the light at where I need. The only drawback for me is the size. I don't like carrying something this big. It's a little heavy, especially when I'm looking at the Rovivon. You can see the size difference there. This was just a better size for me in my pocket. The other thing I don't like about the Olights is a lot of the Olights have a proprietary charger that mounts on the back. It's like a little magnetized charger, and it goes just like that. I don't like proprietary charging because I want to have the ability to charge with any of my charging devices. I really want to get to the point where all of my chargeable devices, rechargeable devices, used one type of charger. So that's why I'm trying to get away from the Rovivon USB micro and going to the USB-C. I just ordered a new flashlight that's the same size. It's the 4 I just ordered. Now there's also these flashlights. They're $6.99. The problem with these is they have batteries, and I like rechargeables because I don't have to worry about buying batteries, and when a battery dies, having to go to the store and try to find a battery. So this for me is out, but if you're looking for a budget, it's got a clip on it. It's a powerful light. It's a good, decent little light. It'll give you the light you need in the space you need, for sure. But it doesn't have a long throw. Once again, the Rovivon has a throw of 89 meters. So at the turbo mode of that 650 lumens, it'll throw out light to 89 meters, which is over 300 feet. And it really does a really good job of lighting things up. The S1R Baton doesn't have as long a throw as the Rovivon, but it is got a big, bright white light that illuminates your environment. So the next one is another O-Light, but it's also battery powered, and one that I used to carry in my pocket. It was thin enough, but it was just too long for me. I like the button click on the back. This is the i3T EOS, but it is a battery operated flashlight, and it does not recharge via USB. It uses a AAA battery, and it goes through them pretty quickly when you're using them. So this one has been shelved as well. Now, one that's kind of nice is the new O-Light IXV. It's a small keychain lighter, which I like. It's similar in size. It's actually a little bit shorter than the Rovivon that I carry. The only difference is this is only 180 lumens, but it is nice because it's got 2 modes, low and high. And the other thing that's nice about this is it is USB-C. This is one of their newer flashlights, O-Light's newer flashlights. And you can see right here, you unscrew it, and you have a USB-C right here. And it is protected by an O-ring, so when you close it and you start to screw it together, there's an O-ring so water won't get up in there and get into that charging port and ruin the flashlight. So this is a very nice flashlight. It is a keychain flashlight, but there's more powerful ones out there for similar price. So I like this one. It's a nice little flashlight, but for me there's more powerful with more modes that are a better deal for me. So then we get into some of the weird shaped ones. And I've never owned one of these until recently, and it's a little square flashlight. It's an all steel body. This is the Phoenix, and this is the EO3R. So this is a nice one. Max lumen output on this is 200 lumen, but it does have a red light as well. So if you need to see something at night, you can turn on the red light only and just get the red light exposure, which is kind of nice. It does have a low power mode, a mid power, mid-high, and then the high. So it's nice. It's got a USB-C charger as well, so that's good for me. And it's got a button here. This is another feature that I look at on these square ones anyways, that the button is a little bit recessed so you don't accidentally hit it when it's in your pocket, because this is a keychain style flashlight. But this is 200 lumens, and it's about the same price as this one, and it's comparable. It's comparable in brightness. This is 180. This is 200. However, this one's got a couple modes, and it's got the red. So if you need a red light for reading at night or anything like that, this one's the one to go with. They're about the same price, so not a big difference in performance. The size and style, some people like the square and some people like the round. Another one that I've really kind of come to like a lot is that another rectangular shaped one, is this Nightcore Tiny 2. I do like this one because it has a turbo mode on it, and it goes to 500 lumen by one press. So there's a mode button in here, and it is recessed a little bit, so it's got a kind of a cutout where the buttons sit inside this little recess. So it's a little bit harder for something to hit that button and turn it on in your pocket. But it's got 500 lumens, and It has an automatic shutdown too, where if it gets too hot, the 500 lumens will get pretty hot on this particular model, and it will actually step it down if it gets too hot. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but there's a little screen there. It actually tells you how much battery life you have for that mode. It tells you the power, and in each mode it changes as you use it, and it gives you that little LCD screen there. And I think that's just a really neat feature. None of the other flashlights have that feature, and I think it's pretty nice. It's a really easy system to use. It's not complicated. I always thought the more modes, the more buttons to press, I just get overwhelmed. I just wanted an on and an off. But I've come to appreciate the different modes for the different things. Like if I'm in a car, I don't need 500 turbo mode. I don't want to turn on the overhead lights and just light up the entire inside of my truck. So I can go in this super low 1 watt mode and just put it down to read whatever I need to read if I'm trying to see something, and then turn it off. The reality of flashlights is, as you can see, we have a whole bunch that we just went over, and it's hard to decide what's right for you. But you have to look at what is the right thing for your lifestyle. When do you run into the need for a flashlight? Are you outside taking a walk at night and you need a long throw with a lot of light? Like for me, the Rovivant just kind of hits the sweet spot for me, because I have that 650 lumen, 89 meters of throw, so it really gets out there a long ways. If I need to be more discreet with the light, I can have it in low power mode and see something. If I want something in between, if I don't need too much light, it's got the modes I need for me. It's small. I have it on my keychain, and when I have it on my keychain, that's the other thing, I don't lose it. So I have lost, I don't know how many O-lights. When I used to carry these clipped on the inside of my pocket, in my front pocket, and I would lose these. I put them in the washer. My keys don't go in the washer. They go in my dump tray at night when I come home. So the flashlight and the keys are always in the same spot, and I don't have to worry about ruining them. But these, I've lost a ton of these. I've washed these in my pants because I forgot to take them off. I can say that the O-lights do survive a washer from time to time, because I've only probably ruined one, and it was probably my fault because these are sealed pretty well. But those keychain ones just make sense for me and my lifestyle. And probably most people, unless you have a job where you need 1,000 lumens. This right here is in my pocket. Nobody knows I have it. This one is in my pocket. Nobody knows I have it. This one is in my pocket. Nobody knows I have it. This one could be in my pocket. Nobody knows I have it. It's not, I'm a survivalist. It's not, I'm some weird flashlight guy. You're not screaming to the world that you have the things you need. You're discreet about it. And I think that's one of the things that's important about everyday carry, is that you have the things you need, you have the things to assist other people, but you're discreet and you're not screaming attention to yourself because of the tools that you have. Well, that's my spiel on flashlights. I hope you learned a little bit about it. I will be doing reviews on these flashlights individually so you get more details. Please subscribe to the channel if you want to see more information about these flashlights. It'll be coming here in the next several weeks. And hit that bell and you'll get notified when I'm posting these videos. So thanks a lot for joining me today. It's been a pleasure. I hope you learned something. Please leave me a comment if you got some suggestions on some other lights. Like I said, there's a ton of lights you can see on the internet, and a ton of lights you can find on Amazon, all the different. If you have a flashlight that's your favorite flashlight, leave it in the comments and share it with us. You know, the other viewers might be interested and it might fit their lifestyle. So I'd love to hear about it. Please, like I said, subscribe, hit the bell, and I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.